hello, hello, and good afternoon. Good to see you, Patrice. And let's see, we got Beverly and Richard and I'm sorry, Jay Richardson, Carolyn, Michael, a whole bunch of folks here. But welcome back to those who were with us yesterday, and a warm welcome to those just joining. I'm William Craig III, and I'm a career coach interested in helping you to make a difference in your job search. And I know we call it a job campaign, but most people are familiar with the term job search. So that's where we're going to leave it and allow everybody to be in the space that they're in. Now, if you can, turn your cameras on. Would love to see your beautiful faces. Patrice already has hers on. Thank you so much, Patrice. Oh, look, you light up my life. That takes us back, huh? But in any event, if you're able to, that would be great. If not, I understand. So yesterday we kicked off our series on daily AI prompts for job seekers with a clear mission, and that was to move us beyond overwhelm and into action. And I don't know, some of you may have seen. Let me just close something here. Some of you may have seen those. What do you call them? I don't know, memes or posts where you've got 100 different prompts, right? And they're telling you, here are 1,000 prompts for you to use. Now, honestly, how many of you actually go back and use half of them? Okay, I see Patrice shaking her head no, right? Exactly. And even though I have seen those and I've even downloaded a few, I'll be honest with you. I can't remember one of those that I've gone back and gone through to use. So that kind of helped me spark the idea of why don't we create something that people can actually use? And because of the work that I do with the AARP Foundation and our office hours that where we go into doing AI snacks with my colleague Linton Kidd, I thought about that. I said, people seem to be getting a lot of value out of just going through one prompt at a time. So that's what I decided to do, to make available this daily AI snacks for AI prompts for job seekers. So again, our goal was to help you to run your job campaign with clarity, with confidence, and strategy using AI as your assistant, not as your replacement. And unfortunately, that's a big mistake people make. They think that AI can replace them in the process. And no, AI cannot replace you. There still needs to be a human. Okay. So it's not your replacement. So what did we do yesterday? We laid the foundation for using AI in a way that, again, was helpful. And most people said, hey, I get it. It's an assistant, not a replacement. So let's just go ahead and jump in. I'm going to share my screen, and I hope everybody is having a great day out of the heat. Uh, I know what that is like last year around this time. The AC went out, and OMG. Not a great place to be. All right, and let me just pop open, see if I can pop open, great, the chat just in case. All righty, so here we go. Yesterday, here's what we did. We started off with, we uploaded Mary Mac's resume. And for those of you who have worked with me, you know the general format of the resume. It's the same formatting, just a different individual. And no, Mary Mac does not exist. Mary Mac was the one who was dressed in black. And anyway, so we uploaded Mary Mac's resume. And here's the prompt that we used yesterday, just as a recap for those of you, because we're building on the momentum of actually starting a job search, starting a job campaign, and working all the way through to getting hired and actually looking for that next promotion. So based on the attached resume, list 3 realistic core career goals for the next 5 years, then rank them by importance and suggest one first step for each goal. So that's where we started. And then it gave us the 3 that we asked for. The first goal, secure permanent senior level ARAP position at a mid to large corporation. And of course, that's accounts receivable, accounts payable, just FYI, in case you didn't know. And it gave us the first step to doing that as well. The second was expand into financial operations or accounting management. Told us why it was important, and then gave us the first step to that goal. And then finally, the third goal, transition into a fully remote financial role, told us why it's important, and the first step that Mary should take to reach that goal. So then this is the thing that I kind of talked about that'll keep you on Chat GPT for hours at a time, because then it starts asking you questions. Would you like me to do this? Would you like me to do that? And I think that's really cool. But here we go. It said, would you like a goal setting worksheet or roadmap for Mary to track her progress over these next 5 years? And this is one of the things, folks, I want to highlight that really helps to make AI, in this case, ChatGPT, but so useful because we're getting to the place now where it's not just like a Google search. And if you're only using AI like you would search on Google, then you're missing it. Okay. AI has progressed to the point now where number one, you can train it. Number two, you can train it to do things for you. And that's another lesson for another time. I'll be doing some master classes on actually building AI agents. And so send me a note. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. I'll make sure that you get on the invite list. But I responded, yes, please provide a roadmap for Mary to track her progress across these next 5 years. And here's what it came up with. Mary Mack's 5-year career roadmap, starting at 25 to 26. Foundation and positioning. And that first goal, if you'll remember, landing that full-time senior ARAP role and position for long-term growth. It gave us milestones and it gave us some tick boxes so that we could track the progress, or she could track the progress. And then the same thing for year 2, milestones, progress, year 3, year 4, and then of course year 5. And the primary focus by year 5 was solidify leadership presence and open optional paths for the future. And the milestones here are outlined, as well as, again, ways for Mary to track her progress. And then bonus tools. Well, oh my goodness. Talk about being a friend of mine, right? Monthly career tracker template, networking journal where you can log in the names, the dates, and the follow-ups with professional contacts. And these are things that you all should be incorporating in your job search anyway. Hint, hint. Okay. And then certifications checklist, because one of the things that it gave Mary was suggestions on the types of things that she needs to be learning to help her reach her goals. And for many of you, that's the case as well. There are things that you need to be learning, we call it upskilling, so that you can make yourself more valuable. You can appear to be a more valuable candidate. You're able to bring more value to the table. And when we talk about putting ourselves out there as it relates to a company, we're talking about showing them what value we bring. You know, I've been seeing a lot of these posts, and I was talking with someone earlier today where now there's this trend of doing this open to work post where you say, you know, I'm looking for a new opportunity and here's what I'm looking for. And my opinion only, but here's the thing. If you're going to position yourself potentially in front of hundreds, maybe even thousands of eyeballs, let's give them the information that's going to be relevant for what they are looking for. In my opinion, those open to work posts they're good for friends and family and colleagues, people who know you and want to help you out. But as a potential employer, am I really going to be interested in because you're interested in doing this, that, or the other? You're not telling me at all about the value you bring, what it is that you can do for me as a potential employer. So if you're going to use something like that, then step outside of the box. Okay. My my tagline for my company is that we help you get hired by making your outstanding stand out. So understand that in many cases, the people that are going to be applying for the jobs along with you, they're outstanding at what they do. So what makes your outstanding different from their outstanding? Right? That's the goal. We have to make our outstanding stand out. So if you're going to use something like that, please, 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 don't just follow the mold. Uh, Show what it is that you can actually do for a company, the value that you bring, so that someone will look at this and go, wow, I need to talk to this person. If they could do that, I need them to do that for me. Okay. I hope that makes sense. If that makes sense, could you put like a five in the chat and just let me know I'm barking up the right tree? All righty. So we took this to another level and uh, I said, okay, because it talked about Mary needing to actually identify companies that are hiring for a senior ARAP role. That was part of the goal function. So I went back and I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. You introduced this. So let's do this. Please identify five companies hiring for a senior ARAP role in the Dallas Fort Worth metro area. And here again is the beauty of AI. It gave me five companies currently hiring for senior ARAP roles in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. A company called McKesson in Irving tells you the name of the position, as well as they're hiring now with hybrid and on-site position options, ideal for a seasoned accounts payable lead. First step, visit McKesson's career site on LinkedIn, set a job alert. It's a great idea. And tailor your resume to highlight that AP leadership. Next, a company called Propel Brands uh, gives us a salary range on that one. Stephen Douglas, Calpion, et cetera, and then Thomas Edwards Group. And then look what it did. It followed up with this neat table, which I thought was so cool. It names the company, the role, and gives us our first steps for pursuing this opportunity. And that's where we left off yesterday. Now, I'm not going to be able to do this every day as we get deeper and deeper into our sessions because we're doing this Monday through Friday every day through the end of the year. Okay, so I'll be here for you as long as well, I'll be here, period, whether you show up or not. But that's a recap of what we did yesterday. So today I want to follow up. I want to build on that. Let me just get my prompt here. And so while some people might have been thinking about, well, wow, why is he starting off with this three realistic core career goals for the next 5 years? Because we covered this. Part of the challenge for many people in a job search, in a job campaign, is the fact that they really have no direction. They just know I need a job and that's it. But you get to job interviews, and oftentimes you're asked the question, why do you want this job? One of the questions I ask when I do mock interviews. They will also ask you questions like, where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? And especially if you're an older worker, right? Some people have problems answering that. Even younger people have problems answering those questions because they say, unfortunately, the wrong things. They'll talk about going into their own business. Well, why am I going to hire you? You're telling me up front you're not going to stay with me long because you're going to be looking to jump ship. In fact, you might even look to steal some of my customers or steal some of my processes, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. But you got to have a target. And those of you who have worked with me, you've heard me say, you cannot hit a target you don't have. And by creating these realistic core career goals, it helps to give you a solid foundation from which to launch your job campaign. And I understand that many of you, you've already been out there searching for jobs. You're already in the midst of a job campaign. But sometimes you got to get back to the basics. You got to get back to the fundamentals, the foundational things that help to shore you up. And with all that you already know, using these things, I believe, will help to make you a stronger candidate. So, in that same vein, here we go. We're going to continue because we've already given chat Mary's resume. So here's my prompt number 2, prompt for today. Based on the attached resume, draft a 1-paragraph personal mission statement that links known values and professional purpose. All right, so I'm going to read that again. Based on the attached resume, draft a 1-paragraph personal mission statement that links, and you know what? I can type in the word my known values and, oh, well, actually it's Mary. It's not me. Mary's, oops, fat finger mistake there. Mary's known values and professional purpose. And you can do this for yourself. So let's see what chat comes up with. Certainly, here's a 1-paragraph personal mission statement tailored for Mary Mack based on her resume. I am committed to bringing clarity, integrity, and excellence to every financial process I touch. With a deep respect for accuracy, organization, and trust, my mission is to ensure that every invoice, reconciliation, and client interaction reflects my belief that strong stewardship builds strong businesses. I find purpose in solving problems, restoring order to complex accounts, and supporting teams with compassion and precision, knowing that behind every number is a person counting on me to get it right. Whether in the office or the community, I strive to serve with diligence, empathy, and a mindset for continuous growth. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How cool is that? Now, let's just dissect this for just a moment, because the personal mission statement is kind of like your North Star. It's the thing that guides you in all that you do. Well, William, how can I use this? Oh, I'm so glad you asked me that. So, number one, if you're drafting a cover letter, you think you could use this language in a cover letter and speak to how well that position lines up with who you are and your personal mission statement? You think maybe you could use this in a LinkedIn profile? In fact, we're going to take a look at that in just a moment. So hang in there. Don't get too excited yet. All righty. You think you could take this and maybe break it up and create maybe some 3x5 cards? And if you're having a virtual interview, for example, you could kind of tape them around your screen and you're able to share this information based on the tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, I like to say I'm the candidate that is committed to bringing clarity, integrity, and excellence to every financial process I touch. I've got a deep respect for accuracy, organization, and trust. And my mission, I believe, is to ensure that each and every invoice, reconciliation, and client interaction that I make on behalf of the XYZ company reflects my belief that strong stewardship brings strong businesses. I mean, you could stop right there. And let me just tell you, you're going to be, and my New York is coming out. You're going to be the best thing since sliced bread for that interviewer that day. Trust me, because people are not showing up this way. Let me tell you how people are showing up. I do mock interviews all the time, and this is what I hear. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, I'm a focused or results-driven, focus-oriented professional. I've got 20 years of experience. First of all, the day of the cliche is past. Okay, is past. Results oriented. So what does that mean? What does that look like? Can you give me some examples? Right? that people want to know what you can do. And what I just said, committed to bringing clarity, integrity, and excellence to every financial process I touch, that's results oriented. Are you understanding what I'm saying? That's an example of being results oriented without saying, well, I'm results oriented. Well, here we go. I hope this is helping you because, again, that's my goal as a coach. I want to help you get better. I want to help you improve. I want to help you to do things in a way that touches that person that says, wow, where has this person been? Okay. I've gone through 18. All right. Finally, number 19 is finally talking my language. All righty. So, again, your personal mission statement is also something that if you want to, you can memorize. And it doesn't have to be as extensive as this is, but even if you just got, like the first three lines and learn those first three lines. I mean, this is your career. This is important to you. So you meet somebody and they say, what do you do? Well, I'm an accounts receivable, accounts payable professional that brings clarity, integrity, and excellence to every financial process I touch. I can, uh, well, that's part of your I can piece, and I'm not going to get into the four pillars of the 30-second pitch, but at the end of the day, I can bring strong stewardship, which I believe builds strong businesses. I'd love to find an organization who is counting on me to get it right every time because that's where I thrive in challenges. Uh, when would be a good time for us to talk, or is there someone else that you could direct me to where I could talk about such an opportunity? There's your 30-second pitch right there. Okay. So that's the value of this. And this is why I'm starting again with foundational pieces. So if you weren't connecting the dots at the beginning when you saw this, I hope that you're seeing the value of going back to, again, the basics and starting with the things that help to build a great foundation for a job campaign. And it really is a job campaign that is successful. And for those of you who might be joining or watching this, you're not familiar with the concept of a job campaign. It's all about understanding that you can find jobs online everywhere. And the thing is, you got to know what you want to do and know why. This helps you to explain why. This helps you to show the value that you will bring should you be the successful candidate. All right, so that's where we ended. And here's what I want to do. I want to bring in, I created prompt number 2. So here we go. Oh, that's, okay. I lost track. All right. Um, so here's what I want to do. Let me know if you'd like a faith infused version or to adapt this into a LinkedIn about section. So here we go. It already knows me because I already told you that was what we were going to do. So yes, create a compelling. Now, I know I said one, so I hope you're not insulted by or offended by me giving you an extra prompt that you can use. The first one being the personal mission statement based on your resume, and now following that up with a LinkedIn about section. All right, a compelling um, linked and oops. What I want to say. Yes, create a compelling LinkedIn about section. Oh, using emojis where, oops, where, if I only learned how to type, where appropriate, be sure to um, add a call to action at the end. Alrighty, I think that's it. Yes, create a compelling LinkedIn about section using emojis where appropriate. Be sure to add a call to action at the end. All righty. And so let's see what it comes up with. All righty. So here we go. Accounts receivable and payable specialist, process optimizer, problem solver. How cool is that? I bring order to chaos and clarity to the numbers. With over a decade of experience in high volume ARAP roles, I'm passionate about, and there's some discussion about the word passionate these days, about helping companies manage cash flow with confidence, accuracy, and integrity. Whether I'm reconciling a $70 million aging report, resolving unidentified payments, or implementing process improvements, I take pride in getting the details right because small mistakes can have big consequences. I believe in clear communication, compassionate service, and doing the little things with excellence. My background spans healthcare, legal, nonprofit, and retail sectors, and I'm known for jumping in, figuring things out, and making it better fast. I mean, just from that part right there, okay, as they say, that part right there, when there is a problem with the numbers, do we want the solution fast or slow, huh? We want things to change quickly. All right, skilled in SAP, Aderant, NetSuite, QuickBooks, and Excel. Notice it's got a little computer because this is highlighting technical skills. Strong in documentation, forecasting, and collections, comfortable in both in-office and remote environments. Oh my goodness. And they left off a period there. At the heart of it all, I'm here to help businesses thrive by managing their money like it matters, because it does. Ready to bring dedication, discipline, and heart to your team? Let's connect if you're looking for a dependable ARAP expert who doesn't just process payments, but protects your bottom line. High five to the Chat GPT. OMNG. Oh my goodness. Um, when it input, LinkedIn was way more volumized, if you will. For some reason, Zoom is always low, even when our volume is maxed out. It's still clear. Thank you. Hey, thanks for that feedback, Jody. Yes, I wanted you to let me know um, if the quality of the sound was better today than it was yesterday or what have you. And for those of you who don't know, yesterday I used a different platform. I was experimenting. I learned about a new platform called StreamYard and wanted to test it out. And it was my first time. And I learned how to manipulate it and a lot of moving parts, but we were able to make it happen. And I watched the video myself. And yes, the sound quality was excellent. The material is pretty good too, by the way. But so I'll have to watch this video and see. And who knows? I've committed to going throughout the balance of the week with Zoom, but if I see a marked difference between the two, I will switch back. And for those of you who are like, oh no, another link, forgive me, but I really want you, the users, the viewers, to have the best experience possible. All righty. So it says, would you like this shortened to fit a character limit or formatted for a resume version? Okay, so here we go. Let me just remind it. Please update your memory. I think it's well within it, but let's just see. And oops. Please verify the. So one of the tools that I also use is a character counting tool. You can just go on Google and search character counting tool and get a dozen of them. They're free. But I started incorporating that because when I first started using ChatGPT, it had a real problem counting. And so I had to make sure that when it gave me information where the character counts mattered, that I checked it. So here we go. And you're welcome, Jody, for making AI less scary. Thank you for the reminder. I verified the character count. It contains 1243, well within the 2600 character limit. I'll remember moving forward, LinkedIn About sections must stay under 2600 characters. Every future draft will be checked and confirmed. See, this is what I'm talking about training it. It's this. Would you like a slightly expanded version that uses more of the allowable space, or is the current version just right for marriage profile? Now, in all actuality, I would expand it so that I'm using as much of the 2600 characters as possible. But my time is up for today. Um, and I hope that you have gotten a joy out of this. I'm going to stop sharing. And I hope that you get some benefit out of these sessions. Again, Monday through Friday, 12 noon Eastern, I'll be here with daily AI prompts for job seekers. Please share the link with friends, family, whoever you know that should be here, that can gain some benefit from what I am sharing. And again, if there's something that I can do to improve this, please send me a note.